Hey guys, I'm a Challenger player and Kayle is one of the champions that I've used to get myself up here. So today, I will share everything I know about Kayle. In today's guide, you will be able to find the best runes for Kayle as well as the build with the skill order, including the summoner spells. And I'm also going to teach you guys the early game as well as the mid-late game, including teamfighting. And lastly, I also put 2 informative gameplays in this video as well. Pay very close attention to what I'm about to teach you in this video, and I can 100% assure you that you will get better. Alright guys, so as for the runes, you want to go into the precision tree. Your main keystone will always be PDA. However, if you have like a lot of trouble in your matchup and you need like a little bit of sustain and have like some movement speed, which allows you to cut a little better, you could also go for fleet. But most of the time, 95% of the time, you will be going for PDA. Now, as for overheal, this is what you want to take. The other two are not very interesting at all. In terms of alacrity, this is the main one. Tenacity and bloodline is kind of pointless, so there's no reason to go for these. And then lastly, Coup de Grace is what I would recommend at all times, but Last Stand is also extremely good. So it's kind of situational. It kind of depends on how much you're going to be fighting your opponent and how you played out early game, but most likely Coup de Grace is what you want to go for. And then for the second page, there is multiple options. So if you are in an extremely easy matchup, I'd say you should probably go for this. Take a magical footwear with a biscuit delivery. Now, this will actually grant you your build faster, making you skill 10 times better and being able to get your power spike early, right? Now, if you want a more aggressive laning phase, I'd say go for Resolve, where you take Bone Plate specifically. Along with Overgrowth. This is not only going to give you more scaling, but it's also going to make your laning phase a lot stronger. Now, if you're kind of uncertain between these two options, I would recommend the third option, which is Domination, where you go into Taste of Blood with Ravenous Hunter. This setup is basically working in every game. Doesn't matter what matchup you play in, but of course, I would say pick between Resolve or Inspiration most of the time, because they will pay off really well depending on the matchup that you are up against. Now, in terms of bonus stats, typically always the same. You would go for attack speed, adaptive force, and armor. Now, if you are kind of uncertain like what you are up against, go for health scaling, but most of the time you want to be swapping between armor and magic resist. Now, as for the best items for Kayle, there's actually 2 build paths that you have to know about when you play Kayle. Now, first of all, for the boots, you may not want to go with the Berserker's Grease most of the time because of how cheap the item is, and for the attack speed that it provides, that makes Kayle like super strong. Now, in very tiny games, when the enemy team is like fully auto attack based or is full AD, you could go for steel caps to make things easier. And the same thing applies for mercs. If they have like a full AP team and they have a lot of CC, you could actually go for mercs. However, 95% of the time, you just want to go with Berserker's Greaves. So if you're uncertain, go for this. Now, as for the starter item, if you want a more aggressive laning phase and be a lot stronger, go for a Doran's Blade. However, if you want more scaling and you're playing super safe during the early game, go for a Doran's Ring. Now, typically for like a full AP Kayle build, this is what it's going to look like. Nash's Tooth and Riftmaker is pretty much the core build. You want to be going for that every single time you go for AP Kayle. Rabidance and Void Staff is also super standard. You could like kind of mix them up with a different item, but usually 95% of the time you will be building this build. Now, for the final item, it's kind of situational. We'll get into that. Now, when you have like a full AP team comp in your team and you're playing Kayle top lane, what I would suggest is that you go for AD Kayle, and that's the complete opposite of this build, where you go for Kraken Slayer. It's pretty much the core item. Then taking a Phantom Dancer with Infinity Edge, it's pretty much core. You don't really want to swap around these too much. And then having a Mortal Reminder as a standard item after that, because nowadays all champions have healings. And lastly, the last item is always situational. Now, In terms of like situational items, typically you could replace your Kraken Slayer with a Gale Force if the enemy team has like a lot of tools to get to you quite easily. You can use Gale Force to kite back, be in safe position, and being able to survive that way. Once again, usually I would just recommend Kraken Slayer in that case. It's the most consistent. Now we also have Rapid Fire Cannon, which is a good solution as a final item, because this gives you more of a longer range, being able to kite a lot better in the late game. It's only more of a late game item, so keep that in mind. Same thing applies for Zonia. If they have like champions that can all in you, go for Zonia. And Lich Bane, it's kind of situational. It's not really a recommended item as much, even though it says in the shop. It's not really the best item in the world. But if you are 1v9ing and you're carrying hard, go for Lich Bane. So typically, go for the AP builds if you are having a full team that goes AD. And the same thing with AD Kayle. If your team is like full AP, go for AD. Now, as with the summoner spells of Kayle, I always recommend you guys to pick TP in every single game that you play, along with Flash. Not really anything else. For the summoner spells, you typically want to go for E at level 1 at all times, and then maxing E first, then your Q, and then your W. When it comes down to playing Kayle in the early game, most of the time you want to play as safe as possible. Kayle is super weak in the pre-level 6, so there isn't that much you can do. So most of the time, you want to freeze down the wave close to your tower for as long as possible, and then always try to set up your lane for ganks for your jungler. Now, if you actually succeed with this and you don't actually feed your lane, it will 100% guarantee pay off at level 6, because that's where Kayle becomes insanely strong. As soon as you hit that level 6, your main goal will always be to stack as many creeps on your side as possible, and then use that to push down your lane and poke your opponent with this and potentially get kills. Even if you don't get your kills in your lane, but you do have an insane push in the lane, you can use that to either backboard and get like an extra item like here, or you can use that to roam down to mid lane and get kills somewhere else. Kayle is currently the best champion in top lane in terms of scaling towards late game, but the main reason why Kayle has such an insane win rate is because her kiting, if you know and understand the concept, it's extremely hard for top laners to beat a Kayle. And as you can see in this clip, Fiora just simply had no chance because it was being played flawlessly, and I was once again stacking those creeps. When it comes down to playing Kayle towards the mid and the late game, your goal will always be to split push on the side lanes and apply as much pressure on the enemy team as possible. Your goal is not to just farm out the lane and to 1v1 your opponent with the strength you have, but to farm out jungle camps as well and use every bit of resource you can. And whenever a team fight starts, you should be the man to teleport first before the enemy opponent does. If you do this all on repeat, you're going to be a raid boss by the end of the game that cannot be stopped. When it comes down to team fighting with Kayle, your goal will always be to block as much damage as you can with your ultimate, while also doing the most damage with it as well. Now, of course, you want to be sitting on the back line because you're not a tank, obviously, and you're going to be doing insane damage regardless of who you are focusing on. So it's all about dishing out as much damage as you can while taking the least damage possible and taking the least risks. Now let's get into the two informative gameplays. I want you guys to pay very close attention to what I'm about to teach you. Let's get into it. Alright guys, we're going to be playing Kayle in the top lane today, and I'm going to show you the best scaling Kayle build out there at the moment, guys. So the setup I would recommend is that you go for PDA as the main keystone, while taking Overheal, taking Alacrity with Last Stand, and then taking Magical Footwear with a Biscuit Delivery. Now what this does is that it will get you to the first item a lot faster because of the Magical Footwear. And since we are playing against a matchup like Maokai, which is kind of an easy matchup in my opinion, we don't actually have to rush Berserker's Greaves, which makes this setup like extremely worth, right? So if you're like in a hard matchup, I would definitely not recommend going for magical footwear. But if you're in like a scaling matchup, which is relatively easy for you, just go for magical footwear. It will get you to your power spike a lot faster. So now in terms of like the way how Kayle's being played, usually you want to play it super safe. Kayle is like the type of champion that if you surpass, like if you pass the early game and you make it to level 6, you become super strong. Of course, like you can actually beat the early game pretty easily with Kayle depending on the matchup, but in the Maokai matchup, it's kind of like it's mostly just a farming lane until you reach level 6, for the most part. Just waiting and farming everything is going to pay off. There we go. So like in terms of like starter item, we have a Dorn's Blade instead of a Dorn's Ring. Most people that play Kayle like to go with a Dorn's Ring. I've been doing like a lot of experimenting with this kind of stuff, but generally I would never really recommend Dorn's Ring anymore. I've did so much testing with Dorn's Blade so far, and it's actually been so much more successful. It's way better than Dorn's Ring in every aspect. Okay. So yeah, we're just playing it safely. We can't really do much. Our Twitch is currently in bot lane, pressuring there. So this guy is running out of mana. I have that in my mind. But we have to get him low first. And by the time we get him low enough, he's going to backward already. So nice. Okay. Oh, we're gonna miss that one. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, he's actually backporting. Sure. I think the Volibear might be top set soon. I'm gonna put this lane to like a slow push. Gotta be very well aware of Volibear being here. There's a high chance. I'll place a ward down just in case he might actually be here. Also, one thing I would like to mention, guys. Since we are just chilling out at the moment. I don't want to miss that cannon though. We missed the cannon. One more thing I would like to mention is that we are currently in a diamond game. Playing on my little Smurf account. So yeah, just in case you guys wonder like what elo this is. Okay. As soon as we get this wave, we are going to backport. Because we are getting pretty close to reaching level 6. And if we get my recurve bow, this matchup will be a lot easier for me. Ooh, this guy's about to take some free damage. Alright, we're backing off now. We're definitely not staying for this. We must get my next item right now. Once we get the recurve bow, trading this guy is going to be 10 times easier to do. Good. I'll get a ward. Okay, now things are becoming very fun because we're about to reach level 6. And that's where this matchup becomes heavily favored for us. Because we can constantly poke Maokai as he goes for CS. That's kind of the main reason. We have a Volibear here at the moment. Nice. Now we're 6. So this is where trading actually begins. We still have to be very careful for Maokai's Q. But for the most part. Let's see. Yeah, this is where he goes down. I can't really chase. Oh, Volibear just shows now, so I could have maybe chased him. Let's see. I still have my R, so there's nothing he can do. There's a pretty fair chance that Volibear might be coming top right now, so we can't really push too much. I'm actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Wow, he's going that far? They're crazy. And that's where we get 2 kills, boys. Now let's get back to pushing. Yeah, as you can see, when playing Kayle, you just have to play very carefully. Unfortunately, we can't really push more because Talon is missing at the moment. Oh, he just showed up. Sure. But yeah, usually when you play Kayle, it's all about playing it safely during the early game and working up to your power spike and letting people overextend for you. Most people, when they play against Kayle, they like to overextend because people think that Kayle is like a weak champ early game, so they're doing like super strange stuff. Alright, let's get back. Nice. Actually, a question I get into the chat right now is what elo this game is, and as coming as a big surprise to you guys, this is a diamond elo game. In fact, we're in Smurf queue at the moment for like half the game, so makes it pretty interesting. Now, in terms of item, we are about to get my Nash's Tooth very soon. We just need a couple more minutes. And as we slowly approach the 10-minute mark, we will also get my boots. And that's where things... that's where this matchup will be heavily favored for me. Nice. Apparently Talon is roaming to bot lane right now. We don't really have to worry about him too much. Because he's mostly playing it around bot lane. However, Volibear is missing at the moment. So we gotta keep that in mind. Okay, no Volibear here. Good. I can't wait to reach my to my ultimate again, actually. Oh. Well, that hurts. I'll use my pod here. Apparently Volibear is in bot lane right now, so... And Talon goes down as well, so we don't have to worry about him either. Nice. We need to get one more wave, and then this lane is over. Like, when we get Nash's Tooth, this guy can't really win anymore. This matchup is pretty straightforward. It's mostly just scaling. And especially now that we have, like, 2 kills, there's no chance for this Maokai to ever win. It's heavily favored for us right now. Especially when we get to level 11, it's going to be even better. Good. Let's make our way back to base. We're gonna go with Nash's Tooth right now. That's always the first item which I'd recommend. And all we have to do now is just get my Berserk Screeves and we're good to go. Wait. There we go. So now going back top, guys. Apparently this Maokai bought a Brambles Fest against us, which is kind of smart. Like, we're healing and, you know, we got attack speed. Let's see how that goes. Shouldn't really be too much of an issue. Patience isn't a virtue so the wave is crashing towards me. We have Nash's Tooth like super early, man. We got this item like 9 minutes in. That's incredible. Chances are likely that Volibear could be here. No. Whew. This guy's dead. You see? We're not even level 11 yet. All we have is a Nash's Tooth. And we immediately do so much damage that he can't even survive, right? This should be your main reason to play Kayle top. This is pretty much why. Like, you're not necessarily playing for the scaling game. I mean, you do to a certain extent, right? You're playing Kayle mostly to scale up and have a great late game. But what most people don't understand about Kayle is that this is also an early game champion. And I know that sounds super strange, but Kayle is definitely an early game champ. It's just the way how you should play her. Alright, this guy's dead again. I got him. Oh, he survives today. Well, I think he might still die to my Joner, probably. Oh, he's right there. Nice. I kind of had this feeling like he was going to do that, actually. So I'm very happy that I didn't really take that. Oh, wow. Talon came from here. I couldn't see him. Yeah, that's Talon there, guys. I could have technically countered him by going like this, but I had to react pretty fast. Okay. So, our next item after the Nasus Tooth is always going to be the Rift Maker. And after Rift Maker, usually you want to get a Rabidance as a third item. We'll show you.
Suspect appears uncooperative.
A Track Shot coming with a reset prime of 4 months. Hey, thank you, Track Shot. Thank you so much for the 4 months. Okay, let's get back top. We're going to do the same thing on repeat as we approach... as we come back in lane and we approach this Maokai. I'm going to put the lane into like kind of like a slow push. I've got to keep in mind that Volibear is here as well. Okay, let's hard push. I'm pretty sure that Volibear is coming here. We just... And Talon is also missing at the same time. So there is a fair chance that we are probably going to get ganked now. I'm just going to stay back. Okay, Talon is currently in bot lane. That's really good to know. You can kill him. Thank you very much, Talon. That was a nice teleport. This guy should be fine if I come closer. Wait. Oh, he actually lent that one pretty well. Not gonna lie. I wish I had my ultimate there. It was like 20 seconds. If I didn't get caught by a Thresh Q, I would have actually been fine. Let's push. We're insanely strong right now. It's just that people just don't know yet. I like how they're spawning a Herald, but the tower is not even close to getting destroyed. Interesting Herald, not gonna lie. Okay, I've got it. They got nothing out of this Herald. I'm not really interested in fighting this guy so much, like, at all. Actually, I know that they're together. I'm just gonna push and we can use that to go back mid. I don't really like the idea of having Kai'Sa up against a Maokai. And apparently Talon already sees that. Like, this guy is killing him right now. Hard push again. For as much as we can. The blue buff is spawning right now, so I'm gonna path towards it. I actually want to take the blue buff for myself most of the time, especially in this kind of team comps when no one really uses mana here. Only Twitch to a certain extent. Nice. We are level 12 right now. Volibear is pathing towards bot lane, as we can see here. Back to hard pushing. Oh, I nearly missed it. So usually when it comes down to the mid game, I like to split push like a lot. That's actually kind of my intention. But currently in this situation, it's looking pretty unclear. Like, we have a Grace top with a Kai'Sa in the jungle with a Twitch in bot lane. So it's kind of hard to get something done here. I just need to wait for a better opportunity. We also are very close to my Rift Maker right now. In fact, we just need to have like 800 gold more and we can purchase the item like entirely. So, it's a matter of time. I think the Talon might be looking for a fight here. Okay, we got this one. Aphelios is topside, so this one is going to be a free Drake. This guy's going to try to steal it, obviously. Which means that we have another Drake. We could maybe kill this guy. Like, Leona should have just ulted when she had a chance, to be honest. I'm not really sure what was holding her from getting it. Good. There's a Fallaby here, overextending a little bit. Good. Oh, he's not jumping on him. Oh. I was ulting like him in advance so that he couldn't jump on him, but as soon as I ulted, he walked backwards and didn't take any damage at all. We can nearly go back. We just need a bit more. Good. There's a camp over here. Let's go bot lane. Hey, Nicole coming with a host of 107 viewers. Hey, thank you for the host, man. Thank you again, Nicole. I remember the last time you sent a host, and now you're doing it again. Thank you for the 107 viewers. I'll make sure to return it. I'll get back to you. Okay, now all that's left to do is just push one more wave, and we can purchase the item like entirely. Oh, that is unfortunate. We don't have my ultimate, so we can't really move up to him too much. We need like 50 gold. 50. Once we have Riftmaker, it's going to be very hard for these guys to kill me, man. I'm going to be like a raid boss. Because I'm already like 2 levels ahead of everybody. If I get my Riftmaker, if Talon jumps into me, like he's the only person that could actually kill me. But if I have my Riftmaker and I have my ultimate ready, like there's nothing you can do.
Galactic law is clear.
This guy's dead. I'm gonna hold my ultimate just in case Talon might come in. Phase mid lane, sure. So, we're gonna get back to base right now. We will buy the Riftmaker. And our next item right now is gonna be Rabidance. And after we have Rabidance, I could probably say goodbye to that game, because I'm gonna be way too strong. Literally the only person in this game right now that can actually beat me is Talon. And even for Talon, like, unless he could only kill me if I mess up my ultimate and he catches me by surprise, which is very unlikely. So outside of that, like anyone else, I can just kill them. These guys building like full tank doesn't matter for me. I'm just gonna pull through anyways. Especially with the items that they're building. Actually, they're going for Warden's Mail. What? He knew.
The only good outlaw is a dead one.
Which took the red buff. I actually want to get a red buff for myself, actually. He's walking up because he's safe. He knows it.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Oh, they're coming but they surrender? Okay. Alright guys, here we are in the second game playing Kayle against the hardest matchup out there, which is Aurelia, the new reworked Aurelia. Now this game we're playing with the super aggressive kill setup. The setup I'm talking about is PDA as the main keystone, while also having Overheal with Alacrity and Last End, while also having Bone Plate with Overgrowth. Now a couple things I want to mention. Typically when you go for Bone Plate as the second option, as like the second page, you tend to go for Bone Plate when you play against like auto-based champions like Aurelia, who literally all-in you at all times. Bone Plate's going to save you a lot, and it's going to make your laning phase a lot better. Ooh, I like how this guy's like all-inning actually. But Bone Plate basically allows you to win the early game with Kayle, which you otherwise cannot do. Like, this saves you. So. Oh. I like how this guy's like all-inning like that. He's not necessarily winning it. But either way, guys, Kayle against Aurelia is definitely the hardest matchup out there for Kayle due to many reasons, because Aurelia can literally jump up to you and basically always beat you. So with that in mind, we have to play super safe in the early game. We mostly want to have the wave around this position where she can't really all-in you. And if you successfully freeze her for a while, assuming you can backport later and get the Berserker's Greaves, you should be good to go. You should be okay. Okay, let's see how this turns out. So the wave will now crash towards Aurelia. Like, my intentions now is that we stack up the wave as big as possible, and then we use this wave to like backport and come back with an extra item. That's my intention right now. Like, the bigger this wave gets, the harder it is for Aurelia to jump in and drop her Qs everywhere, right? So yeah, as we approach the tower now, hopefully we can keep on pushing it just a bit more. Keep in mind, the lower HP Aurelia gets, the more damage my E does. And that's pretty important to know. I'm just going to ping my jungler, because probably we could maybe try to kill this guy on our tower. I'm just going to spam ping like a few times, because this looks very killable actually.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
This looks very killable. Yep. This is very rare. I'm just saying. Killing an Aurelia as Kayle in the early game is something you don't typically do on a daily basis. I'm just saying, guys. Like, we played this lane in such a perfection that Aurelia was unable to turn there. Like, the way how we approach her at level 1 after she made the mistake of pushing and potentially like all-inning me, and the way how we approach her with the fed like massive wave afterwards, basically made us get this solo kill pretty easily. Otherwise, like, it's basically impossible to beat an Aurelia at the start of the game when you play Kayle. It's really hard to do. It's all thanks to the bone plate though. Now, one question I tend to get asked a lot is like, what kind of elo this is. Just so you guys know, specifically for this game, I'm currently playing on my Smurf account right now. So we're playing against diamond players currently. So that's currently the standing. Pretty high elo game, I'd say. A decent high elo game, not the highest of the highest, but diamond. Okay, this guy's dead again. Yep, we got him. Always save up your... One thing I would like to mention is you should always save up your E with Kayle until the very last second, okay? Because the lower target, like the lower HP your target's going to be, the more damage your E is going to do. If you use your E right off the start, it's going to do very little damage. But the lower it is, it will eventually do like more than 200 damage depending on how low your target is. So. Okay. A question I get right now is like, what region? Currently we're playing on E-West right now, so here's where we are. Now we had a nice freeze here. This freeze actually made Aurelia fall behind pretty hard. Because instead of like hard pushing it, we just made sure to crash the entire wave into my tower so that she would lose like the entire wave, right? So now when Aurelia comes in, watch this very carefully. We are pretty far ahead of this Aurelia, so it's hard for her to do anything now. She's dead. Oh, she's flashing, sure. We can use that to push down the wave right now and possibly even deny her more. Let's see. She's very smart for flashing like that, because otherwise I would have definitely killed her. Whoops, I missed my cannon. I'm trolling. I think that Shaco might be here, but I'm just gonna see if I can dive anyways. Woo! Wow, she survived my E like that. That's pretty impressive. Like I said, I knew Shaco was going to be topside, but I really thought I could kill Aurelia with like 1 E, man. But she survived like that. Wow. Too bad. Too bad. Not enough. Okay, whatever.
Suspect appears uncooperative.
I'm just gonna walk my way back. I don't think that Aurelia... Nah, she's not gonna push, right? Okay, let's TP. I'm gonna push this one. I kind of want my jungler to come top so we can probably dive her. And I think that Shaco is also coming here. Oh, wow. I got her. Sure. I sidestepped her ultimate. I sidestepped her E. And I completely kited that in a way that she could never land a single auto on me. Like, usually when you play Kayle, like, it comes down to kiting imperfection. The better you are at kiting, the more broken Kayle gets, basically. It's like playing ADC, and you know how to kite in perfection, and it's going to pay off pretty well. Let's continue pushing. So. Very good. I would love to get like another plate, but we can't really do that because we have a lot of gold in the pocket right now, so we're going to have to go back. She's probably going to hard push it. Okay, let's get back. So, Aurelia's hard pushing it. She will get plates right now. Hopefully not. Yeah, she's not getting played. Good. So in terms of like the lead that we have like a nice little lead in terms of like farm. In terms of like XP, we are pretty far ahead of this Aurelia, especially because we got ganked before. She's actually been sharing XP at the same time. We had the wave like pushing towards me, so we got a pretty insane advantage right now. Just gonna hard push it. Nice. Maybe we can probably dive this guy under tower if my Joner comes in. Ooh, nice one. Sure. No ultimate for me anymore, but it's fine. I'm not really a huge fan of like sharing plates with my jungler, but like the sooner we can get this tower down, the better it's going to be for me. So, and bot lane tower is also dead right now, so I'm pretty happy with this. I think that the ADC is probably going to swap around right now. TP. Okay. Well, pretty nice one. Shaco's currently here, so we're gonna have to go back anyways. Yep. Shaco's here, like I thought. So now it's time to go back to base. We will buy the Nash's Tooth right now. And as we approach top lane again, my next item is gonna be Riftmaker. So let's get back. Comes like a huge surprise that Tristana and Nami are not actually swapping lanes with Aurelia. I was kind of expecting these guys to go top now and seeing like Aurelia go bot lane, but apparently like they're letting Aurelia go back top against me, which is it's fine for me actually. It's not actually bad. Let's see. We're also about to reach level like 11 very soon. We're level 9 right now. Yeah, Shaco is here, so I'm not going to risk it. No, apparently Shaco's mid lane. Nice. Now we get the entire tower. We don't really have proper vision on anyone, so I don't think we can stay, actually. No. Everyone is missing in mid and bot lane. Aurelia seems to be in mid lane, so I could try to risk it for this. We have a ward in the river, so let's get something set up. I can't really take down the entire tower as much as I want to. I don't really have any vision. Unfortunately. So, man, it's going really bad for my team at the moment. Yeah, he takes blue buff. Okay. Apparently there's Nami here. Thank you very much. Oh. Oh, if he actually walked up to me, I would have actually helped him out. Alright, we got him. Perfect. Perfect. Now we go back to pushing. Nice. Now we take down the tower. We keep pushing the next wave right now. Then we go back. That's the fake one. It's only this guy being here. Oh, that's actually the real one before? Okay. Sure. Whatever. Oh, apparently Akali's actually top. What? Okay. Sure. I like how she's like walking in like an entire circle around.
Returning to base for upgrades and
Let's get back to base. We're gonna buy the Riftmaker right now. So now, our main goal is that we go back top. We're gonna be farming out things right now. We should know that the Drake is also coming alive in like 1 minute and 30 seconds from now. So, let's get back. We're going to try to set up like a nice little wave in top so that when the Drake spawns, we can TP and maybe get an advantage. It's going to be my main goal. When Drake spawns, usually you want to be on the opposite lane. So you can set up something with your TP. Of course, if you don't have TP, you shouldn't do it. Kali's mid right now and Aurelia's in bot lane. Sure. Nice. Massive fight happening in bot lane. Let me check something up real quick. Okay, I'm back. Massive fight happening in bot lane. I'll get a free tower here. 5 people in bot lane, and they got caught. Oh, classic surrender coming in. Nah, we're not surrendering. 5 people bot, and because they died, like, they can't defend tower anymore. If they were actually grouped up as 4 at that moment, they would have never been dived on our tower. Four people showing up so far. Thank you very much. Now we can get the tower as well. Very good. Now we path towards the red buff. I'm kind of hoping that the red buff is going to be there, because that could actually work. It could help a lot. Oh, no. It's not there. From what I can tell, this game is going to be very challenging because my teammates are having the worst time of their lives. But then again, I'm still not too worried yet because I think if we reach level 16 is when things take a very big turn. And considering like how far ahead we are, I think there's no need to worry yet. We will see. It kind of depends on my team. Like if Heimerdinger sits bot lane forever and does nothing but farm, it's going to be hard to win it. Like for instance, right now, the best place to be right now is bot lane. Because we have a lot of wave clear. But Heimerdinger is like bot lane farming for absolute no reason. He should be in mid lane. So, no idea what that guy is doing. Saving him. Okay, let's see if we can farm anything else. Let me just type to this Heimerdinger though. He should let me farm. This Heimerdinger is literally just bot lane, like farming forever. I have no idea what he's doing, man. Shaco apparently is here right now. I don't have my ultimate. There's multiple people here. Okay. They're trying to cheese me. Yeah, this Heimerdinger is farming bot lane forever. He's taking years to just push down one wave. Because he's too far behind and he's not letting me do it. Let's just continue pushing. See what's going to happen. Maybe we can bait something with my Joner. Okay, pinging my Joner closer to me. We've got my Joner here so we can dive this guy. Oh, he's gonna flash away like usual. Oh, he's gonna dive him? Is he really going that far? Nah, you're kidding. Nah, no. No, 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 no. We are not winning so hard that you can just dive like that, man. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna get 1v9 from behind. Oh, they're doing Baron? Yeah, I don't really know what to say there, actually. I don't really know what's happening, to be honest. It's kind of questionable what I'm seeing here, you know? Okay, let's get back. I think I'm being placed at the wrong team this game. Let's continue pushing. We're nearly level 16 right now. We just have to get a bit more. Oh, man. Okay, let's go. Finally, we're bot lane. We can finally farm this out. Not some random Heimerdinger that does that. Hopefully the rep off is there. Oh, because I want to take that for myself, actually. Yeah. Perfect. Nice. We're getting close. Maybe there's this camp we can take. Maybe. Oh yeah, perfect. We're getting everything we need here. There's a massive fight happening in top lane right now. Good. They're coming to mid lane, but I'll see if I can catch this guy. It's kind of bait. Got our pathing here. Can't stay for much more, unfortunately. I'll backward here because I think they're probably walking around me. We got my Rabidance right now. So we just need one more level and then we're good to go. Still very happy we went for like the AP Kayle build because these guys are having the worst times of their lives. And we have Fiega going AD and he's having a decent time. Let's take all of this. Okay, now we go ball lane again. We're kind of just farming all day. There isn't really much happening on the map at all. As you can see, we're just kind of stalling out the game at the moment because of how fed we are. Like, the enemy team would have already ended the game if we weren't like that massive. Let's take all of this. Take the tower as well. I'm assuming they're probably coming bot now. Got it. Tristana's top side, so we don't have to worry too much. We just need to have like a few more creeps, man, to reach level 16. Whew. They're going crazy on us here.
My authority has no limit. The law lives in
I really seen that bush? No. Akali's mid lane pushing. Got him. Dominating. They're probably going to jump on me here. Ooh, this guy getting a shutdown. Perfect. Perfect. Couldn't be any better. I'm just going to TP for this one. Hopefully my team can stall out. Because maybe we could finish up the game right here because there's only 2 people alive. Akali's in ball lane at the moment. Ooh, we're getting multiple things done here. Oh, are you serious? The inhib is spawning now? Nah, you gotta be kidding. The inhib is spawning just now. Just when I'm about to get the tower, actually. And I'm about to finish off the game. Ah, the game is not by our side, guys. I'm just saying. It's definitely not on our side today. And we're not getting Aurelia. Oh, there couldn't be any worse. Wow. Okay. Good we have a Soraka by my side. Ah, that's pretty unfortunate. At least we can get some camps. Okay. Let's get back. Once again. Let's get the next item, which is going to be a Void Staff, so we can maximize the damage even more. I'm going to sell my Dorn's Blade as well right now. I'm just going to get the Void Staff entirely. All we have to do right now, together with the team, is honestly just to push mid lane, and then we're good to go. My team is far stronger right now than the enemy team due to how fed I am, so... Good. We don't have to chase them in the jungle. We can just push mid lane. If they want to chase, that's fine too. Yeah, like, stalling out this game has definitely paid off. Akali will show up, but she can't do anything. Nice. See you later. See you later. Oh, you can't do anything either. I still have my ultimate. Yep. And the game is finished. So, you know, as you guys can see, you know, even when you have like an insanely hard feeding team, you know, which they have the worst game of their lives, when you play Kayle and you make it all the way to level 16 and you're having the greatest time of your life, the game eventually just turns around in an instant and you can basically just 1v9, which basically answers the question to most. Like, most people wonder like how you can carry it with Kayle, but you can 1v9 with her pretty easily. It just depends on like how long you can stall the game for. But yeah, this was in a D4 game, as you can see. And 28k damage for runes. This is what we have. Either way, this was game number 2. If you guys haven't seen enough of Kayle yet, I highly recommend you check out my stream, because I stream every single day and I help people out there as well. So thank you for watching today's Kayle guide, and I'll see you guys in the next one.